Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rocketcraft Season 2. And we're starting things off again over at my base, which is where we left off in the last episode. If you remember that one, I got myself a gorgeous new piglin head, which was just recently added into the game. It's a new vanilla head, I love it. And we're starting this off with a farm that I've put together recently, and it makes tons and tons of flowers. And flower farms are one of those rare instances where Bedrock does it better for whatever reason. Like on Java, you have to go through a lot of extra work to get a particular colour of flower. My good friend Gregor, who is a Java player, he recently made a flower farm, and you have to find a specific biome, like a flower forest or a meadow, and look for a specific spot that grows like a bunch of the flowers that you want, because they're very specific. Like only one type of flower can grow on one type of block, and that's not really good. Whereas on Bedrock we can just place whichever one tall flower we want in a spot and just grow it with bone meal. And you can do that with any type of flower, even the ones that you find in the swamps, the blue orchids. You can grow them wherever you want. You don't have to grow them in a swamp. And this machine is just absolutely broken. You can see how many flowers we made so quickly there. And I've been farming a bunch of these things. And there is a reason. I need a lot of flowers for a project that I've got coming up in this episode. And yeah, I've got lilies of the valley, I've got alliums and all sorts, like all the tulips. Just everything you could possibly imagine. You can just grow all the one tall flowers in this farm. And for whatever reason, there's this weird mechanic in Bedrock where if you place it a block below, it grows up and it can grow like between 8 and 12 flowers from one bone meal upwards for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining about that. It's just a wonderful farm, and like I say, it's one of those things where Bedrock does it better. And yeah, there's not really much more I can say about it, apart from the fact that I need tons and tons of flowers for a new shop that I'm going to be building later in the episode. And I'm just now drowning in flowers. I have too many. And it's just a simple case of just place whichever one block tall flower you want in the slot there, and you get millions. So these are the azure bluettes, I believe, but they make grey dye. There's lots of flowers that make grey dye, but yeah, this farm is amazing. So that's the flowers taken care of, but there is also one other thing that I need for this shop, and that is something I have in abundance thanks to this monstrosity behind me. This is the world's biggest, most crazy mushroom farm that I've ever seen. And I made it for when we were doing the food lottery. I wasn't sure if I was going to be getting mushroom stew or something else that involved mushrooms. So I built this crazy farm, and it makes so many mushrooms. Like so many mushrooms over time. And they just grow and they automatically get harvested, and while I'm AFK or just working around the area in the base, I'm just getting mushrooms. And bowls is the other thing. So you see where this is going. You probably know where we're going here with this shop. So the flowers, the mushrooms, the bowls, that can only mean one thing. So we're going to grab some random flowers, and I'm going to take them over to my brown mushrooms, which I have on my mushroom island. And so the way you make suspicious stew in Minecraft is you can feed a flower to a mushroom and then use a bowl to sort of milk it. So if I feed the flower to the mushroom and then use the bowl, I get a suspicious stew, and I know what effect it has because I know what flower I used. I can't tell you off the top of my head what effect an allium has, but I'll see if I can find a little reference chart later on in the video. But anyway, yeah, so there is that way, but that's incredibly slow, and that's going to take a long time. But you can make a lot in one go by manually crafting them like so in your hand, and bam, tons of them, as many as you can carry, more than you can carry. Now it means I've dropped all the other ingredients. So I've got a shop plot lined up for this that I bought a little while ago. I don't know if you remember that episode. It was a little while ago, but there was an auction for like some shop plots that were abandoned or neglected, and I snapped up one of those for 2 diamond blocks, I think it was, or 2 diamonds or something like that. It wasn't a lot. I'll see if I can remember from the previous episode. So I logged back on the next day and no one else was on, and I'm having one of those weird lag spikes again, like where the rocket just goes forever, and I just wanted to fly somewhere, and now I just can't stop. So yeah, there's this happening right now. So I thought, you know, might as well just point myself upwards and see how far we get. How far are we gonna go? I can't see the world anymore. It just keeps going. Gosh darn, don't you just love Bedrock and its weirdness? We're still going. We're at 1,000 blocks. We're still going. I mean, when's this gonna end? Are we gonna reach the moon? Are we gonna reach Jupiter at this rate? I don't know. When's it gonna stop? Please stop, I'm getting scared now. I don't want to be this high anymore. Oh, there we go. We got over 1,800 blocks there, but it finally gave out. Right, so we're over at the shopping district and my not newly acquired shop plot that I did buy for 2 diamond blocks. I did check back and it was 2 diamond blocks. Bargain, if you ask me. And it requires a little bit of work because this was originally like Tricky Ricky's turtle shell helmet shop that he was going to be opening, but then he stopped playing and it's just kind of just been left by the wayside here. So we've got a little bit of work to do here to get rid of the water because I have no use for it. And luckily I've got some sponges because nothing is easier to drain water with than sponges. So we'll tear down everything that was built in this little plot here. There's not much, it's just some sand and some glass and a few stone blocks. And yeah, we'll transform this shop ready for a new shop. So there we go, it's all cleared, it's looking lovely, it's a blank canvas, we can do whatever we want with this shop. And I do have something in mind, of course. And well, I thought it would be rude not to do a little time lapse for this build, wouldn't it? Of course, you know how much I love a time lapse. So yeah, we're going to get into my brand new shop time lapse. Let's go. So there we go, guys. I think you can all agree it does look a little bit sus on the outside there. It's very sus shop. And now we've got this big blank box that's just empty and devoid of anything inside. But we need this little bottom space to do some redstone trickery, because we're going to make it all automated and fancy. Here you can see just the very tippy top of the redstone. It's all done. Didn't take very long. You put your diamond in, you get 6 suspicious stews automatically. It's kind of the same concept as the lucky dip, except it's suspicious stew, which is, well, should we say it's one of the least useful things in Minecraft, to put it mildly? And yeah, so there we got like 2 seconds, or the blink of an eye, we got speed boost there. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, suspicious stew, it's kind of naff, but I had a shop plant and I needed to do something with it, and no one was selling suspicious stew, so here we are. And so now there's a suspicious stew shop on the server now, and I would be very surprised if anyone actually used it. Right, so it's time for another lottery draw, and we've got the gals and we've got Turtle over here. They're excited, they're ready for this draw. And of course, you know, I don't include just every lottery draw that we do on here, because I just wouldn't have the time to fit them into every single episode. So I'm pretty sure you can probably guess that someone's going to get lucky today. Who's it going to be? Right, it's going round and round. Turtle has pressed the button for this one, and we've got our first number about to pop out. What's it gonna be? There it is. It is... Wait for it, wait for it. 24. Wow, the highest end of the spectrum we could get with the numbers. So 24. What's the next number going to be? There it is. It is... number 3! Very low. So 3 and 24 so far. Could we be about to make someone's day in Minecraft? Last number is... oh, the tension. 12! So, it's time to check the numbers. And it looks like some lucky little punk has just won, matching 2 numbers. And that would be Miss Sonic. Congratulations! She looks so happy. Well done, Sonic. I mean, she is one of those people that plays the lottery a lot, so it was bound to happen sooner or later. When you're buying about sort of 12 plus tickets a week, you're going to win sooner or later, really. So I've got to do some quick maths and work out what 20% of that is. And of course, it is 63 diamonds! So we're just going to make it rain for Miss Sonic. She loves her diamonds. Who doesn't love diamonds, let's be honest. So yeah, congratulations, Sonic. Ooh, ow. Yeah, 63 diamonds, not bad, not bad. Probably not made back what she's spent on the lottery, but you know, it's the taking part that counts. It's all about the fun. Right, so this month we've got a build competition going on over in the Fantasy District. Nana has asked if we could all try our hand at building some floating islands over here, just to, you know, really just finish off the area, ready for the end of the season. And yeah, I've picked out this one here. It's just off to the side, but I like the look of this place. It's in the right location, and it's just in the edge where it snows, and there's also a thunderstorm going on, but hopefully I'm not going to get hit by lightning. No, definitely not going to get hit by lightning. No, not really. But yeah, so we are going to go into another time lapse. Can you believe it? We're going to do a time lapse for the actual island build itself. So there you go, guys. That was not too bad, actually. It went pretty smoothly. And I've tried to use a real mixture of blocks here in this build. There's mossy cobblestone and moss and all sorts. Coarse dirt, you name it. But I've actually started building the main build on top of the island. Of course, it's not enough just to build a floating island. We need to build something fancy on top of it. And I've gone for something extremely difficult, and I'm following a tutorial for it, but it's so complicated that it's just not the sort of thing that I could time-lapse, because I'm so painfully bad at following this tutorial. It is really difficult, but I think you'll agree, it's looking really, really nice so far. It is an ice dragon, and that's why I wanted it just in the edge of this snowy biome here. So of course the stairs and slabs are coming in clutch as per usual. We've got stairs and slab variants of packed ice and blue ice and all the ice. And I've gone for like a contrast here with the prismarine for like the sort of scales and the claws and stuff like that. And I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far. It's looking really nice. It's really pushing me outside of my comfort zone. I am not a builder, but I'm going to try. And we've got to the stage now where we're actually doing the wings as well. And I've gone for like sort of light blue glass on the wings, just because it wants to be kind of see-through, and a different type of block to the actual main sort of skeletal structure of the dragon. And I'm just using moss as my my scaffolding blocks at the moment. It's so easy to break. It's like insta break, but I can place it a lot more intuitively than scaffolding. I can get around a lot easier. So yeah, the wings, I'm trying to keep them sort of symmetrical, but you know, a little bit different. They're a little bit varied from each other, just so it looks a little bit more organic and natural. I really do need to employ the help of our master dragon builder to come over and assess it, Mr. Lobo himself. And yeah, as you can see in the background, there's some other floating islands going on as well. And while I was building, this little cheeky chap spawned up on the floating island with me. He's the only thing I've seen spawn up here beside a creeper. So I've named it, and I'm keeping it. It's part of the display now, because as you all know, every dragon needs its donkey. And we're actually finished. This build is finished. Like I say, it was an absolute pain to build, but the scaffolding can all come down now. This is like one of the most satisfying parts of a big build in Minecraft, isn't it? Where you get to tear down all the scaffolding and it just pops, and it's oh so satisfying. But it's time now to actually step back and look at this thing in all of its glory, because it is finally finished. Right, so let's just give it a little flyby and check this thing out. Oh my god, it looks gorgeous. I'm so pleased with it. It looks absolutely epic. But like I say, I just can't recommend that tutorial. And I've even gone for like some soul fire for the eyes, just to really make it pop. I'm so pleased with it. And I will link the tutorial in the video description if you fancy having a go at this yourself. But like I say, it's not exactly the easiest tutorial to follow along with. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's just looking epic. And there's some really nice other floating islands that are coming along here as well. So I'll see if I can show you those in the next episode. But yeah, the prismarine for the claws, it works really well. And the scales and the details and stuff, like the head horns, and it's just epic. I love it. And like I say, I'm really proud of it. It's a really nice build, if I do say so myself. Like I say, I'm not much of a builder, so this doesn't come naturally to me, believe it or not. I do find this quite difficult. So I'm really pleased with it. It just looks amazing. I can't like overstate that enough, how good it looks. Just with that background as well, that mountain range in the background there of the fantasy district just looks epic. Oh yeah. But anyway, it is the end of the episode, guys. That is all the time we've got for you in this one. I do hope that you have all enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure, of course. I do still love making my videos every week. And of course, you know, you can look forward to another one next week. But don't forget to like and share and subscribe and comment, and let me know what you thought of the dragon, what you thought of the suspicious stew shop, whether anyone's actually going to use it or not. I doubt it. But anyway, that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for another episode of Rocketcraft very soon. So take care, and bye for now.